If you haven't heard it already, this is Bling Bang Bang Born. It was released in early January and was the opening theme for the second season of the anime Mashle, Magic and Muscles. The song was so successful in Japan and worldwide that it literally increased sales for the anime's digital manga by 10 times the previous amount. Behind this chart-topping hit are Japanese hip-hop duo CreepyNuts. They've been around since 2013 and are made up of rapper Arshite and DJ Matsunaga. To say that these two guys are talented is quite the understatement. Arshite is the first and only person to be crowned Japan's best freestyler 3 years in a row, and DJ Matsunaga was crowned the best DJ in the entire world back in 2019. One manga creator loved CreepyNuts' music so much that he named his manga after one of their songs, and even had the duo feature as themselves in the anime adaptation. CreepyNuts have been on a steady rise over the past decade, and in this video, I wanted to explore the story of how they became the global hit they are today. Born in 1991, Kouhei Nogami's stage name is Arshite, which translates to R-rated. He grew up as an only child in Japan's Osaka prefecture and listened to older J-pop artists like Keisuke Kuwata and Miyuki Nakajima. Arshite also credits his style of rapping to Rakugo, which is a form of Japanese storytelling that dates back to around 400 years ago. Rakugo features a seated speaker that uses a fan and a hand towel as props to share a dialogue between characters. Around the time he was 11, Arshite was introduced to hip-hop after hearing this song. He then went to his local rental shop's hip-hop corner, brought home some CDs, and instantly became hooked on hip-hop. However, Arshite viewed hip-hop as something for those he perceived as quote-unquote delinquents. He thought he wouldn't be able to get involved with this type of music, but his thoughts began to change after listening to Rhymster's song Grey Zone. He began writing lyrics in his spare time, but still never openly told others at school that he liked rap, since the genre wasn't popular at the time. During high school, one of Arshite's friends showed him a video of this group that would meet up and rap together called Umeda Cypher. A cypher is a rally where rappers would gather on the street for a session, and this group met in Umeda, Osaka, hence their name. Arshite joined the group for their weekly sessions, and he was especially surprised at the disparity of people who came to Umeda Cypher, with there being both former hikikomori and some very high-achieving students from his school. It was here that Arshite found a place to express himself through rapping. During his second year of high school, Arshite entered his first of many MC battles. If you don't know what an MC battle is, it's basically a showdown between two rappers that goes back and forth between them with the winner being declared. One interesting thing about these MC battles was that Arshite not only had the chance to face other young rappers, but also go against bigger names who were further along in their careers. After graduating high school, Arshite went to university but was eventually expelled during his third year, and from that point on, he went all in on his rap career. The decision paid off as Arshite won Osaka's Ultimate MC Battle tournament 5 years in a row between 2012 to 2014. However, after he lost the first round of the National UMB tournament for the second consecutive year, Arshite went unemployed for around a year, and this ended up being the biggest turning point of his career. He withdrew from his regular activities like going to Umeda Cypher weekly and spent his time watching movies and going on walks, which sounds exactly like my friend Ryan. While experiencing this depression, Arshite reassessed his life and more importantly, his approach to rap. He reflected on his past, specifically on how he was just trying to look cool through rapping and pretended that he didn't actually have a passion for it. Rap was the only thing that he could do, and he realized to express himself how he wanted, he didn't need to care about being cool anymore. Arshite took this mindset into the next National UMB tournament and won it for the first time. He won it a few more times and then became the first and only person to win the National UMB tournament 3 years in a row. And upon his third victory in 2014, he retired from freestyling. Arshite returned to freestyling in 2019 through the show Freestyle Dungeon, and also serves as a judge for a yearly high school MC battle. Outside of rapping, Arshite is an occasional actor and also a published author. The second half of CreepyNuts is Kunihiko Matsunaga, better known as DJ Matsunaga. Born in Japan's Niigata Prefecture in 1990, Matsunaga is a DJ, turntablist, and music producer. Just like Arshite, he's also an occasional actor. Matsunaga dropped out of high school during his sophomore year to become a DJ in 2007, and managed to win the DMC DJ Championship in Hokkaido just 3 years later. In 2012, he released his first album, and a year later, he formed CreepyNuts with Arshite. The two actually knew each other years prior to 2013, as they met at an event in Osaka when both of them were just teenagers. He worked as a live DJ for the hip-hop group Hillcrime until 2016, but his big turning point came in 2019. After winning the DMC Japan final in 2019, which crowned him as Japan's best DJ, Matsunaga then represented Japan at the DMC World DJ Championships, which crowned the world's best DJ for that year. Despite it being the first time in the competition, Matsunaga managed to beat the defending champion K-Swizz. When he was introduced as the winner, he was mistakenly called DJ Nakamura, but Matsunaga just made a joke out of it. Although in this competition he dressed pretty casually, he's well known for wearing suits during his performances. He's gone as far as saying that he's in his final form when he's wearing a suit. Matsunaga was also one of the performers for the closing ceremony of the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, which shows just how far he's come in the past decade. CreepyNuts was formed in 2013 and debuted 2 years later with their single Setsuna. Now you may be wondering where the name CreepyNuts even came from. The duo said it's just a name that they came up with one night in their 20s. They didn't think their project would be successful and thought that the name they chose wouldn't matter. CreepyNuts released their first album in 2019, and it did pretty well, peaking at number 16 on the Oricon chart, which is Japan's most recognized music ranking system. Their next 2 albums both reached the 3rd spot on the Oricon chart and sold over 50,000 combined copies. Their 2019 single, Yofukashi no Uta, translating to Call the Night, was also a big hit. It resonated with the manga creator Kotoyama so much that he named one of his manga series after the song. And when the series got an anime adaptation, the song was used as the ending theme. CreepyNuts also did the opening for the show, and even made a cameo in the 6th episode, where they tried hitting on one of the main characters. Call of the Night was renewed for a 2nd season, and I'd presume CreepyNuts will also be returning to do its music. Outside their music, CreepyNuts previously hosted the radio show All Night Nippon series for almost 5 years. Their frequent appearances in radio and other media has definitely boosted their appeal and relatability for Japanese fans. In 2022, CreepyNuts notably collaborated with YOASOBI's Ayase and Ikura for the song Baka Majime. Both CreepyNuts and YOASOBI are radio hosts for All Night Nippon, and this song was the theme for the radio show's 55th anniversary stage drama I Remember That Night. That pretty much brings us to their latest single, Bling Bang Bang Born. The track held the top spot on Billboard Japan Hot 100 for 13 consecutive weeks, and even peaked at number 8 on the Billboard Global 200. DJ Matsunaga incorporated a Jersey club beat in the song, which is an aggressive style of club music mixed between house and hip-hop. It originates from the US, so it probably made the song especially more appealing for American listeners. Like many other popular songs nowadays, Bling Bang Bang Born became a big trend on TikTok, specifically with the BBBB dance, a dance that MASH does in the Season 2 opening. One interesting fact was that CreepyNuts were fans of Mashal before they recorded the song. They also answered the question that we've all asked ourselves, and that's what the song's title is supposed to mean. The phrase is something CreepyNuts made up, and they said it was originally supposed to be something else, but they thought that not using actual words in the phrase would work better, and they were clearly right. CreepyNuts recently performed Bling Bang Bang Born on the Sony back channel The First Take, which predominantly features the top Japanese artists. After a month of the video's upload, it already has over 50 million views. It's pretty insane considering it's the 11th most viewed video on the channel despite the significant difference in upload times. CreepyNuts has solidified their place as one of Japan's most popular music acts within the past few years. Arshite's flow paired with DJ Matsunaga's distinct beats makes for a combination that I don't think many other groups in Japan can match. I'm really excited for what they have stored for the future. Let me know what you think of CreepyNuts in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more Japanese music content like this.